you will understand that devs don't have control of what happens in games. A person could literally be like, yo, Ram Slippers, that shit sell. So you know what that means? She gotta be the best character in the game until this shit sells out. And then when that shit sell out and Ram becomes not popular, they're gonna be like, alright, now we about to Thanos this bitch. Alright, take them swords away. Take them slippers away. She gonna be walking around like Happy Chaos. 5K about to lose all that range. Yo, what's going on YouTube? We are back. You already know I'm about to tell you guys right now. Support your boy, okay? Support him. Alright, so today's video, we're going to talk about the state of Guilty Gear Strive. So, it's been a huge controversial talk. And, you know, I feel like a lot of people really don't talk about, like, the state of the game now than what it was previous. And with this combo recipe patch that they just released, I really think this is showing a lot of promise of what we have in store for Season 2. And I'm going to have my thoughts and talk about the things that I will want that's going to keep the game healthy and everybody happy. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, support your boy, and leave a like. And let me know how you guys feel about this video. And what do you guys want for Season 2 Guilty Gear Strive? Let me know in the comment section below. So let's talk about the state of Strive, man. The current state. The current meta. I felt like we've been kind of like talking about this topic pretty often. I've been seeing a lot of just hate. I've been seeing a lot of good. But believe it or not, I feel like lately I've been seeing a lot of like hate than I've seen good. Yeah, it's not even people saying people don't like it. I think it's bad. I think for what we got, man, we got playable netcode, which is very good, man. I also think that the marketing was very great for this game. Gradually, it's only going to get better, right? And I think where we're at today, I think it's a pretty alright package. Yeah, I think casual, like on a casual like fan, I think as a fan, I love this game. Like as a fan of like the lore, it's like, it's sick, right? Like the redesigns, everything. Possible hot take, but I don't think the damage is as terrible as people made it out to be. You know, personally for me, I think the damage is like high for like specific things. Like I think like the bread and butter of things, the damage is high for some characters. But I think naturally, I just think that on a like when you ask like risk gauge into the format, it's like it's very hard. I don't think high damage is bad, right? I think a lot of people get that mixed up. But it's very easy to get it mixed up because people would be like, somebody would be like, what do you want change for the game? I will say something like, the damage is too high. And someone probably on the chat is like, bro, damage is high in every fighting game though. Why you don't want damage in the game? But allow me to just break down to what I'm saying. For what the damage is now, majority of the characters can't really do a lot of what the stronger characters do in the competitive side. And on top of that too, not only that the damage is high, but you have a mechanic called risk gauge. And risk gauge also its own thing. So it's like regular max damage with risk gauge. Some characters naturally build risk faster than others in this game. Damage is so much important, so when a character naturally builds more risk gauge faster than the other, it creates like a big gap very fast. Like let's just say for example Strive was just a fighting game. It had no tournaments, it had nothing. All you do is just go out and play. Everybody would love this game. There would be no complaints. But because you add like competition into something, now there's a lot of things that people question. Which is why I say as a fan and as getting into the series is great. Because it did everything as it should do. And who knows, bro, I think Season 2 is going to show something crazy. I'm actually kind of nervous because the reason why I'm nervous is because they might do something that like blows like shit out the water. And we're like, wow, Arcsys actually did this. I don't know if there's a character that is new to the series outside of that man is going to be able to top Baiken right now. Do you think the game would be better with Gatling combos? No, because the damage will still be the same. Even if they open up Gatlings, it will make things more like not as bad, but more oppressive too. Would you like to see changes to the lower towers, the tower system, rank system? Yes. I think the tower system is actually very good for new players, for new people coming into the game. I think it did pretty well. However, I think when you crawl at to a certain level, I definitely think that it's very unbalanced. I think Heaven Floor 1 through 6 is pretty good. I think 7 and up is a bit too unbalanced. We 100% need more levels. Let me word it like this. I think floor 7 through 10 is a bit hard. I think it's a bit hard. The reason why I say that is because when you start, some people start at floor 8 and floor 7, and they've been playing floor 8, floor 7 for so long, And then when a person finally breaks out of the floor 6 and go to floor 7, they're literally playing people who have already been built in that environment, and then you immediately get sit down. It's really rough to improve. And I'm not saying that it's like, you know, it's wrong or it's bad to be stuck there. What I am saying is, like, when people finally make it up to your guys' level, y'all beating their asses. Yeah, you know? Like, you got that floor 7, floor 8 fragrance on deck. And they out here like, man, it smells good up in here. You just come out, boom, boom, boom. And he's like, damn, I just breathed that. I was just breathing. Naturally, people are not naturally gatekeeping. I mean, people already pick select. People are already just coming up and they're just going to sit on a cabinet. And like, if you have that VIP floor, you're going to have to play. I agree with that. When you get Celestial, it's random how good the opponent is. It's like League of Legends put everybody in Platinum and above pool. Yes, that's not a good thing. Yeah, there should 100% be different VIP floors. Yeah, it's gonna benefit good players and new players. It's benefiting both people, and let me explain to you why. It's because when you make it to Celestial floor, you are fighting people at your level. That already is going to help you improve. But I think the tower system is great, but that part right there, I think it gets a little finicky. Not every Celestial player is a pro player or like a competitive player or like a tournament player. Some people naturally are just, they want to be up there because they're just playing and they want that as like a goal. But then they have to run into people who literally sleeps and eat this game. And then randomly they go up there again and it's like people who are also on their level. And it's just like, wow. And then what makes it worse too is because there's so many Celestial players, the problem is I believe that there's actually more floor 10 players than Celestial players. And the reason why is because floor 10 is stuck because of Celestial, and then floor 9 is stuck because of floor 10s who got knocked down to Celestial. Or from 10. Yes. So you're just in a loop. It's going to discourage players. Oh, I think the limited lobbies is trash. I think the fact that the lobby only fits to 24 people where it has more than 24 setups is so whack. It should be a minimum of 64. Yeah, I stopped playing fighting games competitively years ago. I just want to play to play. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not everybody wants to be competitors. And I think a lot of people try, you know, we sometimes try to force that on people because that's what we did. You know, that's a lot. You know, like a lot of people do is like, you know, by nature, we always assert the things that we experience and what we do to like other people's lives. And like, clearly that's not a good thing to do. I'm imagining hardcore achievements like hitting someone with max risk, having double purpose wins, or something like that being requirements to level up. I think that's a little too extreme because the game is too hectic to like get those things. But I think things like, for example, like if you're at a certain level in Celestial floor, you have to play like a minimum of like 100 games with this win ratio. Like you have to have like a 60% win ratio at best. And if you don't get that, then you get knocked down to the floor below you, and then you get a chance to do it again and then try again. My thing is about that is people won't play you. Well, that's the thing. It's like if they don't play you, they get knocked down. They have to play. And again, that's only to stay in that floor. There's a floor above that. The only issue with the higher select floors is that player base and regions time come into play. People are already struggling to find games with this structure now. Yes, that is true. That is true. And I think that will also f everything up too. Damn. I think then the best thing we could probably do is like either update the park, like something like how Dragon Ball does, where you could be at the park and you could like create a player match within the lobby or within the park area. So like if people want to like come in and play, they can kind of like be in like your little arena and then you can like rotate. I think that'll also help a lot of things too. Another thing I wish they would implement more is I hope they give us more content for player match. I feel like it's hard. I feel like the only time people use player matches for two reasons. To play with friends and to do tournaments. But the thing is about it, you can play with friends at the park. I feel like park and player match kind of like overlap each other. What if you're 3 friends, you can't spectate the park? They should make it where you can spectate the park. I don't know why not being able to spectate in park is a thing. Actually, I think if you could just spectate any matches, anytime, you should spectate in rank too. Yeah, you should be able to walk up in a station and spectate, but it might mess with the connection. It shouldn't. If it's a nice functional rollback, it should be fine. Hell, Rev 2 did it perfectly, and that was delay-based netcode. You can just join somebody's lobby and just jump in. Of course, you're going to be watching it in like 80 miles per hour, but when it catch up, it's good. Yeah, remember we had to wait for them to finish watching? Yeah, I remember that. I unfortunately remember all of those. So I hope for season 2 we get a lot of like very quality of life things to make us happy as consumers. Yeah, I hope. I mean, it's, you know, it's crazy. I don't understand why companies do this, but we need to stop enabling the fact that things would be better next year. If I had to pull out one thing from Rev 2 to bring back into Strive, what would it be? Make jabs great again. Can we bring Answer back too? F it. Bring Answer back with the jabs. There is a lot of potential on me. I just hoping that Arcsys look at these things and like, don't wait 5 years to do it. I want them to do it gradually by this year. This is the year of the comeback for Arcsys. And what I mean, the year of the comeback, is to gather all of the boomers together and make all of the boomers proud. Arcsys must save the boomers. Can we ask why Arcsys had such a hard time addressing even basic stuff in a timely manner when we bought so many copies of their game and Season Pass? It's clearly easy to understand why, because this game was rushed. When you're rushing on things, you have to pick and choose what to prioritize. And sometimes keeping the momentum of the hype train prioritizes minor issues. Some guy in the office who couldn't care less about tournaments and rank balance picks a release window for the game. Devs gotta pick what's important and get that game out. It's wild. Yes. A lot of people don't understand that because clearly we all are not devs. But if you talk to dev, if you're friends with dev, if you've been in the industry and just like listen to like the experiences, you will understand that devs don't have control of what happens in games. A person could literally be like, yo, Ram Slippers, that is sell. So you know what that means? She gotta be the best character in the game until this sells out. And then when that sell out and Ram becomes not popular, they're gonna be like, alright, now we about to Thanos this bitch. Alright, take them swords away. Take them slippers away. She gonna be walking around like Happy Chaos. 5K about to lose all that range. I generally think that, yeah, clearly you have to push the game out. And I think what we got is not bad though. Again, as a new player, this is great. One thing I would say about this game though is, have you ever sat down and thought to yourself like, damn, we actually get more perfects than timeouts in this game. Let that sink in. You actually get more perfects than timeouts in this game. The only timeout I've seen was in the Happy Chaos trailer. Yo, you stupid. Again, I think, as a lot of people say, you know, sometimes you just gotta release games for what it is. You know, I think this game was released fine. It's just, of course, the state, the release was like really rough, but I feel like the state now is like very good. I'm really happy of like the little things that we get. Clearly we should be getting more, but we got this. I hope they continue to give us things that they promised. I need my 2v2. Give me my 2v2.
Wanna just be a trigger with a brutish impulse. Trigger, the silent preacher. Watch out, keep your hands up. Don't make a big deal out of me. Trigger, don't be curious about me. I don't want you to get hurt.